Okay. All right, we're here this morning for the Village of Aramont Community Design Review Committee meeting, and at 11 o'clock, Tuesday, July 8th. Our first applicant is Brookside Storage, 166 to 184 Route 59, for the cold storage warehouse for chairman's endorsement. And we have the site plan and special permit. The resolution was included. The site plan plat, the cost estimate, and the stormwater agreement. And I believe I sent everybody the review that I received this morning. Hi, Dave. How are you?
Great.
Good. The only thing that from my end, that I can think that we're going to need when it's done is a copy of the lot line merger. You'll get something, proof of recording, so I can have it for the file for the 3 lots. But that's, I know, done later on. And then I forwarded you the 2 items from Fusco Engineering, and we'll
Yes.
really need checks on those. I don't know if there were any comments on the site plan itself, but that was the plan that was approved at the planning board. And I would have to rely on Fusco and the building inspector on that.
Okay.
Todd, do you know if there were any comments on the site plan itself?
I didn't review the site plan. I don't have any comments. I don't think there is any comments at
Okay.
this point.
Okay. And Lou, I didn't know if you had anything.
I had nothing.
Okay. So you could work on finalizing that stormwater agreement and include the escrow amount and getting it signed and notarized if it wasn't done. Then I get the original, I'll have the mayor sign off. And then I will return the original, I'm assuming, to your office or to the applicant. They have to get it recorded to the deed. And then I just get a copy of the proof of the recording for the file.
Right.
And normally I ask for 7 site plans. If you want more than 1, because the applicant's only going to get 1, then you can give me more than 7. How many more that you would want. So when they're brought to me, I can have them stamped if Megan or whoever's bringing them. And if you want them brought back to you, you can get them signed, or unless Coleman or whoever's coming over, take care of that. We would handle that. And then I would have the chairman sign and give you your signed copies.
Okay.
Susan, I actually have a question.
Yes.
Well, we have Dave on the phone on the line here. I was told by the gas station owners at 194 that there's possibility that they're subdividing off part of that property to sell it to the gas station owners. Do you know anything about that?
It's a dream, but it's not reality.
It's a dream for who? Because it wasn't my dream, because I don't want to redo all this stuff once we subdivide that lot again.
No, that's not gonna happen.
Okay, so the lot lines are not changing. Nothing's, except for the merger, there's going to be no change of the exterior lot line.
No.
Okay,
No.
all right.
Okay, so nobody has anything else on that application. So that's all we need, Dave.
Okay.
Okay?
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Thank you. Have a great day. Paul, are you on for Brookside?
Yeah, did I just miss the whole thing?
Yep.
Yes.
I'm sorry. I didn't know you were going to be on. I'll forward you. The cost estimate had originally been approved when Nozak was here in November, but it wasn't signed off. I had Fusco sign off. And then when I realized when they submitted everything in the file, they had done 5% instead of our standard 6. So I had them revise it. They resubmitted it. Fusco signed off this morning. I'll forward you that. They agreed to the stormwater agreement and assigned the escrow. I will forward you that as well. And I would just need proof of the lot line merger when it's done. And Lou just asked a question. I don't know if you heard that about the gas station getting a piece of the
Yeah,
property, which I
That's
don't
about
think.
when that's about when I signed on. I heard Lou ask Dave
Yeah.
if we were giving them a section of that property, and
Because then the site plan changes, obviously.
Not gonna
yeah,
happen.
but I that's why I was wondering, because I'd never heard of that. I know there was that whole thing between the Cheesemans and the next door neighbor.
Uh-huh.
They were fighting over that triangular strip and one was parking in it and they put up those Jersey barriers and all that kind of stuff.
Well, this
So-
came up as of last week when I did the inspection on the gas station. They said they were in negotiations to purchase a section of the property to make their gas station more usable.
Not that I know of.
All
Okay.
right.
Yeah,
No.
I'll look into it, Lou, but I'm not aware of that. I'll ask.
Okay.
Okay, Paul, after the meeting, I'll send everything to you, okay?
Okay, I'm sorry I'm late. Thank you
No,
very
no, that's
much.
okay. I apologize. I didn't know you were going to be on.
It's
So,
okay. Dave knew.
all right, thank you. Have a great day.
All right,
Thank you.
bye, everybody.
See you later.
See you
Bye.
later.
The next applicant is Walmart, 250 Route 59, for proposed changes and new signage for the Walmart building. And we have a proposed sign plan. Maria is on for Walmart, representing them doing the work. I did not receive a memo unless it came in when we started from the engineer on anything. Todd, I don't know if there were any comments.
No, I didn't have any comments. I mean, I have maybe for the building department, but it looks like just the sign is increasing. The main Walmart sign is increasing by 6 inches, and then the pharmacies are, probably by double. So it looks like they went from 1 foot to 2 foot. But I didn't get a chance to do the whole review on that. But I just have to dive into your sign code. But I guess the building inspector could key in on that.
Well, unfortunately, the way the sign code works is that if it's beyond the regulations of the approved regulations for the signage, they would have to go to planning, which is why we're here. So
Is it
it's
the
bigger
existing
than I
Walmart
can
sign?
approve. Yeah, the whole thing is bigger than I can approve.
Yeah, they're
Multiple
100.
signs, they're
Yeah.
allowed one sign, which would be the Walmart sign. So the multiple signs get it bumped to planning. So the pharmacy sign and the other pickup signs and all the other signs that they're adding get it bumped to planning.
Okay.
So the question is, the way the submission is, are you satisfied with what was submitted, the EAF, the narrative, and the sign plan itself? Is that sufficient for them to go forward to the planning board for approval?
Are you
Because
asking?
I need to send out for agency review, and I'm gonna, and it does require GML. So we're gonna get that, and I need to know the next steps for them so that I can tell them what they need to do next.
I think the plan that shows a portion of the Walmart sign and then it just shows the pharmacy. It would be nice to see that elevation to show all the signage. I'm not sure if they have that. But I think that showing those multiple signs on the building with the Walmart sign, I think that would showing the colors of the piers, it looks like they have a paint schedule. So I think showing that elevation, the entire front elevation of what's changing would help.
Okay, and I have a question. Does this need to go to ARC because some of the colors are changing?
Yes.
Okay, I thought so, but that's your determination as the team.
To go to ARC because you're changing the colors, you're changing the signage. You're changing a lot of things on the front of the building, so it's got to be reviewed by ARC.
So, Maria,
Yes,
ARC is Architectural Review Committee, and it is an informal committee meeting that's also done via Zoom. That needs to be done before you can go to planning board for a final approval. So it's in your best interest, and I can talk to you offline on what's required for ARC.
okay,
And then after that meeting, I do a memo on what transpired. Did they approve it? Did they make any recommendations? It'll be pretty standard. And then I would copy what your submission is, and that would be added to whatever you've already submitted for planning board. You prematurely submitted to planning without knowing that you had to go to this first.
that's okay.
No, I know it's fine.
Yeah.
And then we could just attach that so that they could see the elevations, like Todd pointed out, to see some of that information, because the ARC is going to want to see all the sides. They're going to want to see the colors. They're going to want to see besides the dimensions, they're going to want to see current versus, proposed. But I'll go over that with you offline.
They're gonna
Okay.
need they're gonna need the full view and the renderings.
Yeah, and yes, exactly. The renderings of everything.
Okay. All right, we'll go over that when we're done.
Yes.
I'll
yes.
talk to you, okay.
I don't want to waste everybody's time. I know
And
Chris has to go to a court and I don't want to waste everybody's time
I
on
guess
that.
one more thing was the stanchion. So the sign has the, I guess it's the flag on it.
The pickup
Location
sign?
of that.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, what did you call that, Todd?
It was like, I call it a stanchion, but it's a pickup sign,
Oh, okay.
location of that's clear on the plan.
That's on, it's on the drawings. The drawings may be small, but there are existing poles already. So
that
all that's changing is the
actually a light
sign.
pole. I'm sorry, that's a light pole.
Yep,
Okay. Yeah. So that's not located on the site plan? Let me look.
it is. I saw it on I have a set of bigger drawings. The tiny ones that we were sent are too small to actually read.
Yeah, what do you think that 11 by 14 or 17 would be better for submission for planning to be able to see everything? Or do you want it?
I think for the site plan layout where you see the look at the parking lot and the new striping, and
24 by 36.
you're
for
gonna
the
need a full size one. You're not gonna be able to see it on an 11 by 14.
All right, so
That's
for
a
the
big
site
parking
plan,
lot.
all right, 24 by 36. And then on the instructions with the meeting, it does say for sign plans, I forget the size. I think it was 11 by 17 or 14 usually, and that's usually the size for ARC so that they could see everything, but we'll go over that.
Okay.
Any other suggestions, Todd or Lou?
Nope.
No, I didn't know just how frequent is that pickup sign being mounted to the light pole? How many times is that happening? Is that just one spot or is it?
It's a banner.
It's a banner, yeah. How many light poles is that attaching to?
It's one light pole. And
Right.
I
Oh,
guess
one.
that, so, because it's higher up, so people could see what section of the building to drive to.
Okay, it's not, okay, so it's just one light pole.
Yeah,
Okay, all
yes.
right.
Yeah, you don't have Todd, I don't think you have the parking lot layout.
No,
The-
I just have a bunch of red circles on the building, showing, doesn't really show
No.
where it is, but
There's
okay.
a parking lot layout where because they're changing some of the striping in the parking lot and marking spots for pickup spots. They're currently marked for pickup spots, but they're redoing it and adding a crosswalk.
Okay.
So
And
you're gonna need to submit that as well.
Well, that was all part of the other approved permit. That was part of the construction permit. Was the
Oh,
cross?
so you already proved that, Lou.
I already approved all of that, so there's no change in that now.
All right, but
But
does
there's-
planning need to see that as part of their review and the agencies when I send out for comments?
Sure.
So that does need to be submitted.
You need at least a site plan where that is going. The new pickup sign and the crosswalk modifications and some of the other stuff that was done in the parking lot.
All right, Maria, that you'll have to get from, I guess, Nicolette.
Yeah.
it's always good to do existing conditions and new. That way the planning can see existing conditions and new, because that's always an issue. My opinion.
Yeah, so somebody else has submitted obviously for the building,
Right.
that crosswalk. So you're saying you want me to get a hold of that and then show the proposed signage on that? So they can see everything together.
I don't, if you could just lay because what we're here to discuss is the new signage or the signage changes. The parking lot striping and everything are part of the construction plan, which wasn't required to go to planning.
Well, how about the building that's being painted? You want to see the new sign?
That's an ARC
That's
issue.
ARC with
Because of
renderings.
the color
What
color
it's gonna look
change.
like.
Yeah, so I have to show that for our ARC then. Okay.
But we need a site plan with the updates of the proposed changes that Lou
But
just.
the only change is the sign that's being bolted to the
Oh,
pole.
so that's it. So, okay.
The stripes are already in the parking lot, and all they added was a crosswalk, which is not up to the purview of the planning board.
Okay. Got it.
Okay.
So I mean, if you want to try and get a copy of the section of the site plan that includes where the sign is located for the pickup area, that's fine. I mean, you may have that somewhere, but the whole site plan and the whole parking lot is just
Yeah,
way
we
too
don't
much
need that.
information.
Okay.
All right. Anything else? Okay. That's it. Maria, I'll talk to you after this.
Okay,
Okay.
all right.
Thank you, everyone. Have a good day.
Thank
Thank you.
you.
Bye, everyone.
Take care. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Good luck in court, Chris.
Yeah, good luck.